Today, we're going to begin with talking about staking. To understand staking, we need to first understand the difference between how centralized finance institutions issue money. They sort of print the capital when required, which then gets added to the money supply reserve and goes back into the banks where users can borrow, lend, and get access to various financial services. In the crypto world, we have two mechanisms of way these blockchains run. We have proof of work, which Bitcoin uses, where it uses high amounts of electricity and computing resources, where a miner is solving puzzles in order to receive block rewards in the form of Bitcoin. Then we have proof of stake, where you have a validator that provides assets as collateral, and that collateral ranges from asset to asset, and he essentially is validating transactions in exchange for a reward. In this case, we can say Ethereum, where he's validating transactions on the Ethereum blockchain and receiving rewards in that form. Proof of stake is able, the reason why we talk about proof of stake is because it's able to offer faster transactions, lower fees, and requires significantly lower energy than proof of work. As you can see on this table, the process we've explained on how users are required to use high amounts of electricity to solve puzzle versus actually just providing collateral to validate transactions, which allows the fees to be reduced in proof of stake. And in proof of work, the high transaction fees is directly a result of the electricity that it uses. And in the case of earning rewards for the incentive rewards for the user validating these transactions across both networks, you receive fixed rewards and a portion of the fee rewards. Whereas in staking, you receive a portion of the fee rewards, but it's the user's incentive to provide you with a tip in order to get their transaction processed. Some of the assets that we've seen are in proof of work is Bitcoin and Ethereum. However, Ethereum 2.0, which is shifting to a proof of stake model along with the way Polygon, Solana, as well as Terra work, is what we are seeing. And we are seeing this shift as an increasing number of new protocols are switching to are using the proof of stake mechanism. In 2019, proof of stake was only 5% of the total crypto market cap. Whereas today, in October 21, it has reached 15% and is expected to reach 50% over the next 4 to 5 years. Recently, Mike Collier, the CEO of Foundry, which is one of the world's largest mining pools, said he thinks 2021 was the year of mining and that 2022 is going to be the year of staking, which is a clear indication of more and more assets using the proof of stake mechanism. Now, in proof of stake, we talk about something providing collateral. That's known as staking. What is staking? Staking is the act of pledging your crypto assets to a proof of stake protocol, which keeps the blockchain secure, as well as you're able to earn rewards for processing transactions. Within that, we have two different participants. We have the validator that's connected directly to the network to validate these transactions. However, due to the high amount of collateral required by the validator, the barriers to entry are slightly high there. Whereas then comes the delegator, where you have platforms that allow you to delegate the small portions of the assets that you hold in order to receive a percentage of the rewards the validator earns. This completely distributes ownership amongst the validator as well as various users that want to participate in the network. And after this, we are now seeing a rise of something called as liquid stake, concept that solves for the liquidity on the token that has been staked on the platform. In the previous slide, we spoke about staking. In that, we mentioned that when you put up that collateral or when you delegate your assets, it gets locked up for a certain period of time, which is why this solution is needed. In staking, the user deposits the asset same as the previous, as we discussed, whereas in this case, he is issued a tokenized version of what he has staked. It's essentially a sort of derivative which can then be transferred, stored, and restaked or traded as one would a regular crypto. And this allows users to utilize that liquidity to earn additional yield, which we will talk about now. This synthetic asset that we talked about was a stake asset that is further used to generate 4 times additional yield for the user. Hence, using that token derivative, people are able to actually put their crypto assets to work and earn further yield. However, the issue comes is when you're deciding where to stake your assets, whether it be through the traditional format or through liquid staking. Similar to how an average user would do due diligence on investing in stocks or fixed deposits when looking at a bank, we now have users that look at similar questions when looking where to stake their assets. Factors that take into account to choose a secure validator that can prove to be difficult for the average user. And some of these factors include what the uptime rates are for the validator, what the number of transactions the validator has processed into a number of blocks, how long the validator has been actively staking for, and the success rate of the validator. Now, some of these questions you might wonder why is needed is because you are required to understand whether it is secure or not to stake your assets, as well as if those assets will not be lost if the validator has process / transactions. Today, we are seeing a platform in staking. We're seeing a platform as Stader that aggregates trusted validators on their platform to allow users to liquid stake their tokens. Users can stake on Stader across different proof of stake cryptocurrencies, which is like Luna, Solana, as well as Ethereum. And not only that, they get to choose the validator that they would like to stake their crypto, giving them the option of how security and looking at these various factors, taking into account these various factors. And Stader provides these key statistics on a very easy to use platform. Today, Stader has 15,000 unique wallets with over $500 million staked on the platform, recently valued at $450 million. Now we ask ourselves the question is, how does Stader as a platform as well earn money? They are able to take a commission on rewards from the user, as well as take a commission on the rewards from the liquid staking that they provide the users with. And at the same time, for onboarding secure validators, they get a percentage of what the validators make. Hence, they're able to capitalize on every part of the user as well as the validators' experience on their platform.